Hello and welcome to the channel. In today's episode, I am going to be doing a few things in the garden. But first, I wanted to show you all some beautiful flowers my niece gave me. Now, they were not blooming when I received them, but as you can see, they've been in this little bag way too long. So it's time for me to get them into the garden. Not only are they pretty, they smell lovely. Now, I have several pots here. I have amaryllis, a red and a white, and I also have some pots that used to contain canna, but they died. So I'll be clearing those out, and I'll be up potting and breaking up these amaryllis because they are so big that they have pretty much deformed the pot. So let's get started. I have so much going on in the garden, I don't know where to begin. But because I don't know, I want to show you something that I received from my old crew at work. They gave me this beautiful hat that says Plant Lady, along with several hand tools that have wooden handles. They are metal hand tools with wooden handles, and they're all etched with the word Plant Lady. I absolutely adore them, like I adore the people who gave them to me. So let me show you. See? Just like the hat, it says Plant Lady. Gorgeous. These are some new pots that I have been collecting. They were sitting in my old shed. They're 12-inch pots. I'm going to be taking these amaryllis out of 10-inch pots and giving them a little bit more room to grow. I was correct. That is 12-inch pot. I use reclaimed soil in my garden, so this project will be no different. I'm going to be taking the mulch off of the top, refreshing this soil with fertilizer along with coconut coir and some perlite, and then I'll be putting it in the container and adding the amaryllis back in. I haven't watered this pot in a while, but I'm finding that this soil is still nice and moist. The fertilizer I use is Plant Tone and Osmocote. I have a few worms in this pot, so I do have worm castings, and the worm castings makes this soil a little stiff, kind of thick. So I must use the perlite to loosen up the soil. I've taken the liberty off camera to add the coconut coir and the perlite. So now it's time to mix it in. Just in case you forgot, I use a handful of Plant Tone and a little spoonful of Osmocote. Now, if you're going to use Plant Tone, you really must be outdoors or in a well-ventilated area because it does smell. It is very dry and it's dusty, and you do not want to inhale any of that. Just like when you're baking, mix well. This is my goal always: light and airy and fluffy soil. What I've found is that my worm castings cause my soil to be wet and thick, a bit dense, and so I need to loosen that up. I'm using my garden cart as my workstation. I've had this garden cart for years. It is well loved and very rusty. I will need to give it a coat of paint, but for right now it is used as my workstation. It comes with a basket for your tools as well as this little basket that I'm using as my pot stand or pot holder. I have a few pots on the ground that I'm going to use to collect all of my mulch as well as the reclaimed soil. I find that this soil is moist as well, even though I have not watered it in a little while. Before I transfer this over into the larger container, I am going to clean off some of the dead bits and make sure that it is looking as pretty as possible because it is beginning to sprout. Now I'm going to turn it out and inspect the roots and knock off as much of the old soil as I possibly can without disturbing the roots. How I choose to remove the soil is just to give it a little gentle rub, to include a pat and maybe even a little shake. Now that I've removed as much soil as I feel like removing, I'm going to take off the excess bulbs. And you see this one came off quite easily, so I'm going to take off one more and then pot this back up. I try to make sure that I am not creating too much damage by tearing the roots. That's why I try to go as gently as I can, and these bulbs have gotten pretty big. A little baby has fallen off. I'm not sure if it has enough root to actually take off and grow, but I'll give it a chance and pot it up. I'm just inspecting the bulbs, especially this little baby, because I'm not sure if it has enough roots to actually take off, but I'm going to give it a try. This pot is a 12-inch pot, so there should be enough space in here for it to grow and produce even more bulbs as it's done for me in the little 10-inch pot. Come in closer and let's take a look. Let me show you what I'm doing. Amaryllis bulbs don't need to be planted very deep. However, mine like to be a little snug, and I've realized that they have been producing babies like crazy for me. So I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing because it's working. Sometimes I can be a little fussy, so I fuss until I feel it's right for me. See what I mean? I'm going to add a little bit more of my reclaimed soil. Now it's time to top it up with a little bit of mulch. I give it a little shake to settle it in. This is one big bulb, and it is continuing to push out leaves from the top. I'm noticing some old roots as well as some new ones. Darn squirrels. Now that all these pots have been cleaned up and the soil has been refreshed, I will set it aside so that when I have the seedlings ready, I'll have a place to put them. This is a very old pot that's near and dear to my heart, so I'm going to add some more color to it. My spring bulbs that I had in here passed away. I have one left, so now it's time to spruce it up yet again. I'm going to use the spring bulbs my niece gave to me as a housewarming gift. These have some really nice root growth. I hope they come back year after year. I'm going to knock off a little bit of the coconut core and then pot it up. But first, a little fertilizer. If I'm not mistaken, the same plant that I'm potting up is the same as this little bit of pitiful growth that I have here. We'll see if this little piece here continues to thrive. After adding a little bit of reclaimed soil, I'm going to firm them in, and voila, that's it. It goes on the back porch for now. This is that fussing I was talking about earlier. I just can't stop. Here are my red variegated leaf canna seeds that I've been collecting since 2021. These seeds need to be scratched or they will not germinate. So I'm going to scratch them. Can you all see what they look like? I don't have the tool I normally use. I normally use a nail clipper, a dog nail clipper, but I don't have it with me right now. So I'm going to try and use a nail file. So what I'm going to do, and these are very hard. Maybe you can hear. Can you hear that? Very hard seeds. And if you hear any noise in the background, I do apologize. That's my mom. All right, so I'm gonna take the seed, and I don't know if you all can see it. I'll try to zoom in. But I'm just gonna scratch the coating of the seed. I'm gonna try to just scratch the coating. So let's see if I can scratch it. I don't know if you all can see. I'm right-handed, so let's see if I can do it with my left hand. Nope. This is actually going to take a minute with the emery board because it is not really doing anything. Let's try it on this side. It's hard to hold. It's very hard to hold. It is scratching it a little bit, but it's not the same as when I'm using my dog nail clippers and I don't have them. So I have to make do. Let's see. There we go. Nope. You want to scratch it and right up until you see the white. So I'm going to keep going. And I don't see any white. There we go. Perfect. Can you all see that? I'm going to try to zoom in so you all can see that. But there's a little bitty white piece right there. That's the inner part of the seed, and I can't think of the proper name, but I'm going to do my best to get that for you and put it in the description box. But that's what you want to do. You want to scratch your seed and then soak it. So I'm going to scratch some more. I'm not going to scratch all of them, and I can't say at this particular moment how many I'm going to do, but I'm going to do a few of them. So let me speed this up. Okay, I decided to scratch 10 seeds. So now I'm going to take a moistened paper towel and a plain old plastic bag. I'm going to place the seeds on the moistened paper towel, put them in the plastic bag, label it, date it, and put it in the outdoor greenhouse. And then that is going to be it for me. For those who have not seen me do that, I'm going to do that for you now. And then I'm going to take this into the outdoor greenhouse, and that'll be it for the cannas. And hopefully I will have cannas in the garden this spring. So we'll see. All I've done so far is just open up this crumpled up paper towel. I have taken my sprayer and I'm just going to spray, hopefully lightly, maybe not so lightly. I'm going to spray my paper towel and the seeds a little bit. Now I'm just going to move them down a little bit, just spread them out. And then I'm going to take the other half of the paper towel. Can you all see? Can you see that? I'm going to take the other half of the paper towel and I'm just going to bend it over like so. Just like that. And I'm hoping that they will germinate. Now I'm probably going to have to rearrange this, and I am, because it's a little bitty snack bag, so let me rearrange it. Sometimes you will. Let's see. Just like so. Nothing special. And I'm just going to, hope you all can see. And I'm just going to fold it over like that. And then just place it inside of the Ziploc bag. And I'm going to leave this in the Ziploc bag until I see a really nice germination. Now I'm going to bring you all along with me, and I will determine once I see the root growth when it's time to take it out of this bag and put it in a little pot and let it grow on. So I'm just going to close it down like that. Hopefully I got it, yep, like that. Now I'm going to take a Sharpie, and let's see if I have a Sharpie. Now that I have a Sharpie, I'm just going to write on here, red canna, and I believe today is the 21st of February. Don't hold me to that, but that's my thought. So I've just labeled it. I'm going to place this outside in the garage greenhouse, and I'm going to keep an eye on it. And when I start to see some germination, I'll bring you all along, and then we will pot these up and get them ready for the next step before they get to go out in the garden. I want them to get pretty big. I'm hoping that they will grow. This is the very first time I've ever done this, so we shall see how this turns out. So until the next time, I'll see you either in the kitchen or the garden real soon. Bye for now.